Thank you for staying. This afternoon, a major administrative shutdown is unfolding as the National Identification Authority, NIA, disconnects the Ghana Revenue Authority from its Ghana card verification system, citing unpaid debt over 376.7 million Ghana cedis. That means GRA can no longer confirm identities using the national card, creating immediate fallout for tax enforcement, business operations, and public trust. The NIA is also threatening to go a step further. Speaking to Joy News' editor, Fred Smith, head of corporate affairs at the NIA, Williams and Poma, Emmanuel Dallas, reveals that the authority has formally written to Data Protection Commission indicating its intention to go to the GRA, access their servers, and delete all NIA data from their system.
Yes. Effective 1st August. We have restricted them, that we've cut them off. We've unplugged from our identity verification platform.
Okay, but why?
For over 3 years, their financial obligations owed to the National Identification Authority has not been fulfilled. We followed up with a series of letters, demand notice, and even before we disconnected them from the verification platform, we sent our final demand notice, but we didn't get any response from them. And so we took it that they are no longer interested in using our verification platform. So
that would be 5 days since you did this. How is it going to affect their operations?
Before, they were registering people for the TIN numbers. And as we speak, your TIN number is your Ghana card number. So a government policy, they are asked to stop. They are not the only institution. There are other institutions that were asked to stop issuing cards so they can rely on the NIA card and its database. Now, we sent them a bulk data to be able to do what they call matching, because they had already collected data from clients or Ghanaians, and so they needed our data to do the matching so they can properly do the verification. So what they have now is the data we sent to them. They did not get onboarded on our platform through the API. We sent them a bulk data. I think aside GRA, NHIA2, we sent them a bulk data to enable them to do the matching. Now we've written to Data Protection that we want to go to GRA, get access to their server, and delete our data, because the data belongs to us. And once they have defaulted and have shown no sign of commitment to, as it were, pay what they owe us, it is only fair that after disconnection, we collect our data so that we will know we do not have to bill them for anything going forward.
That means the Ghana Revenue Authority would not be able to register new taxpayers who need to be verified so they can pay taxes, right?
As we speak, we're getting calls at our contact center from people who have been to the port and they were unable to clear their goods, because from the day we disconnected them, even though we send them a bulk data per hour, all the updates we've done from when they were disconnected, they are not getting access to that data. And so it has left their clients stranded and the various ports, and our contact center is inundated with calls to assist them clear their goods and all that. But from where we sit, there's nothing we can do. The Ghana Revenue Authority will have to fulfill their financial obligation, after which we can connect them back and commence normal business with them.
And is there no government agency, the Finance Ministry, for instance, intervening to ensure that this is resolved amicably?
We've written a number of letters. We've engaged with our sector minister, and so we did not do things arbitrarily. In fact, our sector minister gave us the go-ahead to implement this very person, because it is affecting our operational protocols. You know, the verification platform needs to be maintained, and we need money. So if you are using the platform and you are not paying, how do you maintain the platform for it to be robust for your activities? And so we've had high-level discussions, and this is where we are.
Now, our data and research team, having studied the numbers and trends, and from the look of things, the implications are not just for tax operations, but for public data governance and digital trust. And our lead analyst, Isaac Ofieje, joins me in studio for more on this. Kofi, this is quite an interesting one, because you really wonder two government entities really up in neck with each other. But let's understand it first, beyond the taxes. What are the numbers looking like?
In fact, the NIA feels that if I have actually developed a product, which is the Ghana card, and so if you use it, there is an amount that you're supposed to pay. And as we speak, we all understand that 10 numbers have been replaced with the Ghana cards. And so if GRA is using that product called Ghana card from the NIA, then you need to pay some fees and charges for using that. And per the calculations we have done, the GRA is expected to pay NIA some 19 million Ghana cedis every year for the use of the Ghana card data.
GRA.
GRA. In fact, it's an interesting, back and forth between the two, government institutions. But what we understand now is that debt, that 19 million Ghana cedis every year, the debt has been accumulating since 2021, since we did that switch from the 10 numbers to the Ghana card. And now NIA is saying that, look, GRA, you are owing us 377 million Ghana cedis as a result of the use of that product we have created called Ghana card. This debt didn't start from 377 million, Ghana cedis. Last year, around this same time, Parliament met the then boss of the NIA, Professor Atifa, who said that as around August 2024, the GRA was owing NIA some 288 million Ghana cedis. And as a result of that, they weren't able to print new cards. And it was not just GRA, but also NHIA, the National Health Insurance Authority, was also owing the NIA some 58 million million US dollars. Why? Because these two entities use the Ghana card to also do their own, for GRA, for instance, for tax collection and all of that. Which means that if we are doing the math, in just a year, this debt that GRA owes NIA has gone up by some 89 million Ghana cedis. That's about 31% increment in just 1 year. So the more GRA decides not to pay, the more this debt increases, because we understand it was somewhere around 288 million Ghana cedis last year. Now we are talking about this big figure of 377 million cedis.
Really interesting. Finally, maybe before I let you go, this means that if the Ghana card didn't replace 10 numbers, will the GRA have to still think about paying some amount of money to NIA or something?
Not at all, because the GRA would have gone ahead to use their 10 numbers to do the registration for tax collection and tax identification. But now that they've transitioned from the 10 number, which of course the Ghana card is way better than the 10 number because it gives you diverse
synchronized way
exactly,
of using,
and it gives you different background data of the person you are collecting the tax from. And so with that, the NIA was expecting that, look, this is a product we have created and we are paying for it. There are other stakeholders that we are also indebted to that we have to pay. So you can't use this product for free. If you are using it to collect your taxes, you need to pay some fees and charges. And we understand that what is at stake this year is that about 80% of our total projected revenue this year is expected to come from GRA's tax collection. And so if NIA decides that, look, you cannot use Ghana card to do your tax collection and identification, that is what's at stake. 80% of our tax revenue, of our total revenue this year is at stake.
Jeopardy.
And the truth is that by the sources we have, the GRA feels that, this is public data. This is data, this is a product that you use, Ghanaians.
Both government.
Exactly.
So why should we pay for it?
Actually develop this product? Why should we pay? It's interesting. It will be interesting to see how that will be solved. But what we are learning is that NIA wants this 377 million Ghana cedis to be paid to them because they also have other debt obligations to be paid to other stakeholders.
There's an old adage that says money in a hand, back in the ground. I probably understand. But thank you.